Here's an update on the Wizard 40. This is the lower unit down here. We stripped all the paint off, took the wire reel to it, and we took it to someone who welded this up for us. So there's no more crack. So we're just gonna have to do some more grinding on this and a little bit of Bondo, and it'll look brand new actually. So took the water pump off here, and then also the bottom skeg off. That's just some junk stuffed in there so the needle bearings wouldn't fall out when we gave it to the guy. We have the other impeller stuff just stuffed in there for now. So I'm actually wondering how this is going to get put back on here. We still have like the life support, so we can actually run it without scorching the head. So I don't exactly know how this goes back together, because there's a shaft there, but then there's a flat up on the top there for a keyway for the water pump. But then when this is all together here, you can't get the keyway through the housing. So it almost seems like you have to pull the power head off, which I think has to be done because this is before Scott Atwater did the update. This is a 59 model, you know, where the company did kind of an update where they decided to put the impellers down lower so they don't burn up, and design it like almost every other company does, where you pull the lower unit off and get to that. Where previously on like the 16 and the 7.5, and I think maybe this one you have to pull the power head, and because it has an impeller up here for the baler, and for the 7.5 the normal impeller is up here too, so they usually fry up. Thankfully with our 7.5 we didn't have to do that, but I'm thinking it's the same process with this one, but which kind of sucks. Because pulling a 11 cubic inch head, it's not like pulling a 42 cubic inch head. So that's where we stand right now. But this lower unit, we'll grind it, get some Bondo on it, make it look brand new again, and then find a way to get it back all in one piece. You can see the hood here on the engine now. So actually this was sitting upside down in the Craigslist picture, and I'm surprised this cover held up, because this is not fiberglass like the Elgin ones were, or the Scott Atwater ones. I think, I don't know about the Scott Atwater ones. No, the 7.5 was the fiberglass one, but this is not fiberglass. There's no strands in here. It's just like either resin or some injected plastic. I don't know, but it's fairly strong. But the thing was sitting upside down in the Craigslist ad, and this has been repainted over with white. It would be this blue color through here. Also got a comment saying that this was a Scott McCulloch. Yes, it is. I'm just saying it's Scott Atwater because, you know, that's what the original brand was before they sold it off to McCulloch. And this is not necessarily a true 59 engine. It's leftover parts from 58, 57. Because the 59 Scotts looked completely different. They had a similar midsection to this, with a sleeker lower unit that was actually longer and not as squat as this one is. So they got a complete redesign. The 59 power heads had 2 carburetors, where this one only has 1. The 59s had a battery ignition, where this one runs off a magneto. So this was just probably halfway through the year or something like that. They got the Wizard company from Oliver and Mercury, and this had to make something, so they just redesigned some hoods and then put it on the Scott the leftover Scots. So that's where we're at right now. I mean, we're gonna have to take everything apart and repaint it too. So, because this one was real rough. I mean, but everything's back together. It does run. So, and then a little thing on this life support we had going on. It's just a tube that goes up in there to the water tube that goes up to the power head. And that's basically just it'll run some water through this upper pump here, so it doesn't fry up. Then also keeps it cool. I mean, we weren't running it very long on this, just because just to see if it would run. I mean, this drive shaft was wiggling all around and stuff like that, which is not good for it. But just wanted to see if the power head was still good. Again, this is very cool styling. I mean, they definitely wanted some attention from the buyer. Well, that's where we are right now. So